Darryl Henry was born in Trinidad, in the heart of the Caribbean, where music was not just entertainment, but a way of life. Growing up in a modest household, Darryl's world was filled with calypso rhythms blaring from radios, tassa drums echoing at neighborhood gatherings, and steelpan bands rehearsing late into the night. Trinidad was alive with sound, and young Darryl soaked up every beat. He was not born into wealth, but his upbringing was rich in culture. His parents instilled values of humility, respect, and hard work. Like many Trinidadian children, Darryl played cricket in the streets, ran errands for neighbors, and found joy in the simplest things. But even from a young age, music pulled at him like gravity. School concerts became his playground. He would jump up to sing, often imitating the calypso greats of the time. Friends nicknamed him Farmer because of his love for rural life, always barefoot, always close to the land, always looking like he'd just come from the bush. Little did they know, this nickname would one day become his identity on the biggest soca stages in the world. The early musical spark. In his teens, Darryl became part of the vibrant underground music scene. He was not the loudest or the flashiest, but he had charisma, rhythm, and a smile that could disarm even the toughest crowd. He started singing with small bands and performing at local fetes. But fate had bigger plans. One of his childhood friends was none other than Machel Montano, who would go on to become the undisputed king of soca. Darryl and Machel shared a musical brotherhood from the start. When Machel was forming his early group, and then known as Panasonic Express, later Ecstatic, Farmer was right there beside him. This was a turning point. For the next 2 decades, Farmer Nappy would serve as Machel's right-hand man, traveling the world, performing backup, helping to shape the sound of modern soca. He wasn't always in the spotlight, but he was always present, learning, observing, building his craft, and waiting patiently for his own moment. The 1990s and early 2000s were golden years for soca, and Farmer Nappy was in the thick of it with Ecstatic. Touring internationally, he experienced stages in New York, Toronto, London, Miami, and beyond. He watched as Machel reinvented soca into a global spectacle, blending reggae, dancehall, hip-hop, and EDM. Farmer was more than just a background singer. He was part of the creative process, helping to hype up the band, co-writing, and bringing an authentic Trini flavor to performances. He was the man who connected with the people, the one fans could always count on for a joke, a lime, or a reason to dance. But as much as he loved Ecstatic, Farmer often wondered what his own voice could achieve. For too long, he was seen as the sidekick. Deep down, he knew he had something special to offer. He wasn't jealous of Machel, on the contrary, their brotherhood was strong. But he also wanted his own name to shine, breaking out as a solo artist. In the mid-2000s, Farmer Nappy decided to step out on his own. It wasn't easy. People knew him as Machel's boy, but not everyone saw him as a star in his own right. His first solo tracks were received warmly in Trinidad, but didn't immediately skyrocket. Then came Chippin', Flirt, and the massive hit Big People Party. Suddenly, Farmer had tapped into something unique. The voice of grown folks who wanted to celebrate life without apology. His songs weren't just for Carnival Monday and Tuesday, they were for weddings, birthdays, Sunday limes, and backyard barbecues. With his raspy yet melodic tone, Farmer carved out his space as the ambassador for feel-good soca. He wasn't trying to be the youngest, trendiest act. Instead, he celebrated maturity, love, and joy. By the 2000s, Farmer Nappy had become a staple on international soca circuits. His music resonated with the Caribbean diaspora, especially in North America and Europe, where Big People Party became an anthem for older fans who felt overlooked by fast-paced jump and wave songs. Farmer wasn't flashy. He wasn't obsessed with viral trends, but he was consistent. Each year, he delivered music that fans could trust. Songs like Hookin' May and Backyard Jam went beyond soca. They became cultural moments. Hookin' May, in particular, turned into a global monster hit, played everywhere from Trinidad to Brooklyn to London, cementing Farmer as not just a local star, but a soca heavyweight. Awards, recognition, and longevity. For decades, Farmer had worked tirelessly without much individual recognition. That changed when his solo career exploded. He began winning international Soca Monarch titles, Groovy Soca Monarch titles, and Road March nominations. In 2021, he was awarded the Caribbean Music Award for Best Soca Artist, solidifying his place in history. The man who was once the background singer had become the frontman, respected by fans and peers alike. His longevity became one of his greatest achievements. While many soca artists rise and fade with carnival seasons, Farmer kept producing hits year after year, proving that good music never ages. Personal life. Behind the stage lights and carnival costumes, Farmer Nappy is a family man. He has kept much of his personal life private, preferring to let the music speak, but those close to him know him as a loving husband and father. Farmer Nappy's girlfriend, Katrina, gave birth to Caden Jesus Chandler Henry in 2012. His wife has been his quiet rock, supporting him during the years when recognition was scarce and celebrating with him when success came late. Their relationship reflects the same themes that Farmer sings about: loyalty, togetherness, joy, and weathering storms with love. He often credits his wife for grounding him, reminding him that fame is fleeting, but family is forever. In interviews, Farmer has admitted that his happiest moments aren't on stage in front of thousands, but at home, laughing, cooking, and being surrounded by love, business, and community. Farmer is more than a musician. He has invested in community projects, mentored young artists, and given back to Trinidad's cultural development. He understands the importance of keeping soca alive, not just for the world stage, but for the children of Trinidad and Tobago. He also branched into farming. Yes, real farming, living true to his nickname. Growing crops, supporting agriculture, and reconnecting with the land gave him balance. For Farmer, being close to the soil was not just symbolic, but spiritual. Today, Farmer Nappy is a respected elder in soca, though he still performs with the energy of a newcomer. His music continues to headline carnivals, soca cruises, and Caribbean festivals across the globe. He has become a bridge between the old and new, showing that soca is big enough for everyone: young ravers, middle-aged couples, and even grandparents who still want to dance. In recent years, he has collaborated with both legends and newcomers, proving that he remains relevant in an ever-changing industry. And with each passing carnival, his legacy grows, from a barefoot boy in rural Trinidad to a global soccer star, from Michelle's loyal bandmate to an independent icon, from a humble singer to a decorated award winner, and from a bachelor to a devoted husband and family man. Farmer Nappy's journey is a living testament to the power of perseverance and authenticity. Please subscribe for more.